With this video I'm going to explain, going to give you a demonstration how can we use a digital high definition 0.43 times super wide angle lens with macro Japan optics lens. With this is a 67 millimeters thread lens, and in this video I'm going to explain how to use it and what you can expect from this lens. Now I changed the camera into 4K. Oh, sorry. Let's just quick menu and a 4K. Okay. So now the camera is in 4K, and I just turn it to this position. So with this position I want to make sure that the left hand side of the view of the scene is always on the same spot. Therefore you can evaluate how big is your. So now the camera is showing 36 millimeters. There is no lens mounted on this camera. So let me just start recording. So this is how it is recording with 4K. The shutter is the shutter is 180 degrees. The ISO is the minimum 125. This is the lowest ISO in video mode on the Panasonic FZ2000, and the aperture is 2.8. Actually, this is the lens which I'm going to mount on the camera now, as you can see. Right, let me just mount it. Maybe it's not going to be that simple. Whoa, I'm lucky. It seems it worked perfectly fine. And now I'm repositioning the view to the same position as you see before. Let me just focus again. So this is the extended angle of view that you received with this lens, and because this is the maximum ISO, this is the image quality that you received when this digital high definition 0.43 times super wide angle lens with macro is mounted on your camera. So this is a 4K recording. Let me just start the video to experiment. So again, this is the test video to evaluate the footage, the image quality, if there is any degradation. As I can see, I've seen no light loss while this lens was mounted, because I guess this is the nature of these focal length reducers. They concentrate the light, and in theory even you can have even more light for this, but maybe the image quality degradation can be noticed here. Let me just let me just simply zoom onto this jar to see how it works in okay, this is what you can expect. Let me just move over to the dark. Yeah, but it is heavily underexposed. Definitely it's meaningless to this is again underexposed too. Yeah, definitely this is what you can expect from this lens. Let me just zoom back to this field of view. Definitely this is a lens that might be a lifesaver in situation where you need a number of millimeters wider field of view in 4K. Now I stop recording and I change the camera to Full HD to see how it looks in full HD mode. Of course, let me just start. Of course, here you can see it's not necessary, of course, but you can see here some vignetting in the corners. But the field of view is enormous with this lens. Autofocus works completely fine, and but the vignetting is clearly visible on the corners. However, in some situation that might not be that big an issue, but anyhow, this is how this lens works on a Panasonic FZ2000. Actually, this is a cheap option to mitigate or to work around the crazy crop of the Panasonic FZ2000. So when switching onto 4K, the crop instead of 25 millimeters jumps to 36 millimeters, and with this lens you can mitigate this issue. It definitely doesn't give you a full 25 millimeters field of view, but it's quite close. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. So this was my second instructional video for today.